Well, hello there, I'm Détroit. Look at this, today we're switching it up. It's wild. For once, I'm using A4 paper instead of A5 sketchbook, and the paper is black. And since I can't use my usual black ink fountain pen, it's only normal that I use white ink today. The paper I'm using is from a Canson pad with 160 grams per meter squared with honeycomb surface. I don't know much about papers, but this one feels nice to draw on. It's grainy but slick at the same time. I haven't used this paper much. In fact, I only drew twice or thrice on black paper before. I only have 3 pens with white ink. The 3 pens are from the same pack of Jelly Roll white pens. I have size 10, 8 and 5, so bold, medium and fine. I'm using the medium one, the 8mm. It's mainly because it's the only one working well. Just like the pad of black paper, I got these pens 5 years ago. They were a gift from my girlfriend at the time, but we split soon after and I didn't really use them since. I don't know if I can make the other 2 pens work again. After 5 years of slowly drying up, but since the size 8 one still works, I haven't lost hope yet. It's refreshing to invert the colors of the ink and the paper for once, so I definitely want to do it more in the future. These pens are not great though. They feel nice to use, but they're not the best. Or it might be because of the grain of the paper, since I haven't used these pens on anything else. The tips of the pens have never been perfect in the sense that the lines are not uniform. They highly depend on the pressure and on the angle of the tip. But rollers like this aren't supposed to. Anyway, it's one of the reasons I decided to mainly do hatching today. I made mountains, and I also added a giant monolith on top, because why not? It's more interesting than just mountains, especially since I didn't give them any interesting detail whatsoever. No forests, lakes, rivers, castle ruins, none of these. Just mountains with hatching. What I think is cool is that the hatching is like the shadow, but it's white. I'm still not sure if it's the shadow, or if it's actually the lit part. Maybe it's lit by the moon? I don't know, you have to tell me. In any case, it's a relaxing process to draw, especially doing hatching, since I don't have to think much about it except where the hatching goes. The orientation and density is all the same mainly. It's such a relaxing process, exactly the opposite of having a migraine. Which is a really bad segue into my next topic of discussion. It's a chronological segue since the migraine started happening right as I was finishing this drawing. And suddenly, 10 AM on Saturday turned to 4 PM on Sunday, with the in-between being nothing but pain, darkness and silence. I lost an entire weekend to this migraine. Having a migraine is never fun, but this one was probably the worst I ever got. I had a headache at the end of this drawing, but as time got on, it turned worse. It's always the same process. The left part of my brain starts pulsating. It's like right behind my left eyeball, deep into my eye socket. It's like I can feel the veins in my head doubling in size and receding with every beat of my heart. My left eye starts watering, and that's when it also gets to the right eye. By this point, I can't look at any light straight on. The sensitivity is just too high. Light just physically hurts. Sounds too. Any aggressive sound, which is to say every sound at this point, is painful. It's even more true for high-pitched sounds or surprising sounds. Like, the only thing that would be not too bad is like a constant cat purr or something. So that's what I usually get during migraines. A few pills and a nap, and if I'm lucky it's over in 6 to 10 hours. The other day, however, made me question if I ever really had a migraine before. That's how bad it was. Besides all the other symptoms, I had vertigos. I couldn't really stand up without propping myself on something because I was seriously afraid I was gonna fall. I also had serious urges to vomit, which is probably also due to vertigos. You know, when your mouth is watering by itself and you feel like spitting all the time? That and dry heaving as well. Anyway, I don't want to discuss too much. Just to say that I took pills and laid down, but 5 hours later it was still as bad as before. I didn't eat and I couldn't eat. I was just in bed, in complete darkness, but it was impossible to sleep because of the pulse in my brain. When it's like this, you just kinda give up, you know? You want everything to stop. You can't do anything. You can't sleep, you can't think straight, you can't open your eyes, and you wish with all your heart for humans to possess earlids so you can stop hearing. Yeah, So after 5 hours, I took my phone and sent a message to a good friend of mine that lives a few streets away and that has a double of my keys. Typing on the screen with the light in my face was horrible, but I had to. So my friend arrived a while after with more pills, a bit stronger than the ones I had taken. And that's basically it. I spent the rest of the afternoon, the evening and the night laying down in my bed, fighting the urge to vomit even though I haven't eaten anything at this point. I did manage to sleep a couple of hours during the night, I think, but most of it was restless waiting in pain. Feeling pain inside your head is so much worse than outside. I would prefer a burn or a cut anytime over a migraine. And yeah, Sunday morning I started to feel a bit better, and by lunchtime it was a normal headache again. Still powerful, but really relieving after the previous day. So it was probably my worst migraine episode yet. And it made me think, because I know I got this trait from my mom. She suffers from migraines quite often. Not as often as me, but her migraines are worse and much longer when they happen. Hers tend to last up to 48 hours or more. It's not fun. Unlike this drawing. Boom, segueing back to this drawing. I wonder what else I can draw in white on black next time. I didn't really think about doing it before, but I should have. Now that's an entire world that's been open to me. So tell me in the comments what you want to see me draw with this black paper and this white ink. Like this video if you enjoyed the doodle. I'm sorry I mostly talked about migraines. Subscribe for more art and more random rambling. At first I wanted to talk about a movie I saw the day before I drew, but I guess I'll keep it for next week's in doodle. I'm Detroit, and if you're having a migraine right now, what the hell are you doing? Turn this video off. I'll see you soon. Bye!